Siddurim, so Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And John, would you like to light our Shabbos candles for today?
Come, let us welcome Shabbat.
May its radiance illuminate our hearts.
Light is the symbol of the divine.
Eternal is my light and my salvation.
Light is the symbol of the divine within us.
The human spirit is the light of the eternal.
Light is the symbol of the divine law.
For the mitzvah is a lamp and the Torah a light.
Light is the symbol of Israel's mission.
I, the Eternal, have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, O eternal our God, who makes our lives holy through divine mitzvot, and who has commanded us to kindle the Shabbat lamp. May the Eternal bless us with Shabbat joy.
Amen.
May the Eternal bless us with Shabbat peace.
Amen.
May the Eternal bless us with Shabbat holiness.
Amen. We turn to page 27 for L'chai Doidi. L'chai Doidi, Li'kraka La'yadadai, Yadadai, Yadadai, B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela, L'chai Doidi, Li'kraka La'yadadai, Yadadai, Yadadai, B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela, Shamor B'zachor B'dibor Echad. Hishmi'anu Elchad Nuchad. Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad Li Shem Otziferet V'li Tihila L'chai Doidi Li'kraka La'yadadai Yadadai Yadadai B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela L'chai Doidi Li'kraka La'yadadai Yadadai Yadadai B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela Li'krat Shabbat L'chu L'necha Ki hi Mekor HaBracha. Merosh Mikedem Nesuka Sof Ma'asa Ben Maksha Tehila L'chai Doidi Li'kraka La'yadadai Yadadai Yadadai B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela L'chai Doidi Li'kraka La'yadadai Yadadai Yadadai B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela Hi Ori Kiva Ore Kumi Ori. Ori, Shir Dabiri, Kavod Adonai, Alai, Nigila, L'chai Doidi Li'kraka La'yadadai Yadadai Yadadai B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela L'chai Doidi Li'kraka La'yadadai Yadadai Yadadai B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela, we face the entrance or exit of our building as we welcome in the Shabbos bride. Boi v'shalom atzeret ba'ala. Gan besimcha uvetzolach, toch emune am sigula, boi kala, l'chai doidi li'kraka la'yadadai Yadadai Yadadai B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela l'chai doidi li'kraka la'yadadai Yadadai Yadadai B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela. Remain standing now with the Hansi Kaddish found on page 29 of our Siddurim. We face the ark. Yitzkadal v'yitzkadash Shemei Rabba, Amen. V'yamad libra hirutei yamlech malchutei. V'chayechon u'yoimechon u'chayetecho beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'bizman karib. V'yameru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mivorach. Le'olam olam me'amaya yitzbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitrama v'yitnaseh v'yitnadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei l'kudashah b'rechu le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran v'alma v'yameru amen. We remain facing the ark as we turn to the Baruch Hu on page 30. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach le'olam va'ed. Page 31, we join together with the English. Eternal God, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, not let your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv ha'ravim. Blessed are you, O Eternal, who brings on the evening. Page 32. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, amcha ahavta. Torah mitzvot hukim ushmatim otanu lemadita. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shofbeinu uvkumeinu natziach bechukecha v'nizmach b'divrei toratecha u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayinu v'orech yameinu v'chem negei yomam v'leilayla v'ahavta al tesir mimenu le'olamim baruch atah Adonai Oyevamo Yisrael. At the bottom of the page, we join together with the English translation. With eternal love, you have loved your people, the house of Israel. Torah and commandments, statutes, and judgments you taught us. Therefore, O eternal our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will discuss your statutes and rejoice in the words of your Torah and your commandments forever. For they are lives and they lengthen our days, and we will meditate upon them day and night. May you never remove your love from us forever and ever. Blessed are you, O Eternal, who loves your people Israel. Page 33, we join together for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated for the V'ahavta on page 34. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol mi'otecha v'hayu ha'divarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatan levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'letecha b'derech Ushabecha ukumecha ukshartam le'ot al yadecha ve'ayu lototafot beinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem ekol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelechem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Chotzeiti Etchem Mi'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Amen. Page 35, we join together for the responsive reading. Eternal truth is that you alone are God and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in their love and exult in justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares.
Let them beat their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, let them study war no more.
You shall not hate another in your heart, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself.
Let the stranger be in midst to you as a native, for you were once strangers in the land of Egypt.
From the house of bondage you went forth for freedom, so that all be free to sing with joy.
Page 38, we join together for Micha Mocha. Mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar by kodesh, nora teilot oisei fele, machut acharu banecha bokayam lifnei Moshe, ze eli anu v'amru, Adonai imloch leolam va'ed, ונאמר כי יפרד אדוני את יעקב וגולם חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני Ga'al Yisrael, page 37. Cause us, O eternal our God, to lie down in peace, and to awaken us each morning with life renewed and with strength. Spread over us the holy shelter of your peace.
Help us to order our lives by your counsels, and lead us in the paths of righteousness. Be a shield about us, protecting us from hate and war, from pestilence and sorrow.
Curb also within us the inclination to do evil, and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Guard our going out and our coming into life, with peace from this time forth and forever.
Blessed are you, O eternal, whose holy shelter of peace is spread over us, over all God's people in Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Page 38, we join together for Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoretan berit olam Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoretan berit olam B'nei u'b'nei Israel Oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretan berit olam. Ki sheish yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretan berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'inafash Shabbat v'inafash Shabbat v'inafash Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretan berit olam. We now rise on page 39 as we join together for Tefillah. The Amidah prayer begins on page 39 of our Sidurims. Adonai sefatai titzach ufia ki tehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon, Gomel Chasedim Tovim, Bekonei HaKol, Bezocher Chastei Avot B'Imaot, Umevi Geula Lifnei B'nechem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rab Lehoshia, Mashiva Ruach U'Marit HaGeshem, Mekalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gibberot, Umidon Melach, Melech Mimit, Umechayei, Umasmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah L'chachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. Atah Kadosh V'Shem HaKadosh L'Shim L'Chol Yom Ya'alelu Chasela Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. We bow in silently until page 47, after you've completed davening, you may be seated, and once we've completed davening together, we will join together for Aseh Shalom. We join together on page 47 for Aseh Shalom. Aseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael. Li'ameru, amen. So we are at Parshat Noach. Can anyone share with us anything about Parshat Noach this week?
This is when God told Noah, build a boat and get on it because I'm going to kill everyone else because everyone's horrible. And also about when they were trying to build a tower to God, and God scattered them all over the earth and had them speaking different languages for that. Yeah, that's what I got. That's
Very good. Awesome. Anything else you want to add? Laura, you were gonna...
I'm looking to see if there's
Okay.
Did you know that the Tower of Babel we're talking about now?
Yeah, let's talk about that, yes.
Yeah. Basically, the major theme is that between human sin and God's judgment, that it's balanced by God's mercy and the renewal of creation.
Yes.
But isn't it thought that that's how different languages and dialects were developed?
Yeah, that's the interpretation from the text. That's where we have different languages that develop.
Oh, that's interesting.
Beforehand, we all spoke the same language as the biblical interpretation and understanding. All right, ready? Everyone want to hear some words of Torah?
Yes.
Okay. Well. So this week's Torah portion, it is Parshat Noach, and it tells us one of the most well-known stories of our Bible, the entire story of the flood. And children know it as a tale of animals marching two by two, and adults recognize it as a profound narrative of destruction, renewal, and of divine judgment. Yet the vivid imagery of rain and rainbows we read in Parshat Noah offers us a timeless message about human responsibility, moral courage, and the sacred task of building arks, sanctuaries for goodness in a world that often seems and feels flooded morally. It says in Genesis 6 verse 9, a set of verses that stick out in particular, and it says there, Noah was a righteous man, perfect in his generation. And the rabbis of Midrash, they noticed something curious in the phrase, in his generation. Some interpret this as high praise, that Noah was righteous even in a corrupt generation, like a lily blooming in a swamp. And others read it more critically and cynically, that Noah was only righteous compared to the wickedness around him. And had he lived during the time of Abraham, he would have not seemed so great. Both readings contain its truth. Noah's righteousness is relative, and that may be precisely the point. He was not a prophet that changed the hearts of his neighbors. He did not urge God to act as Abraham later would. He did not cry out upon mercy for the doomed cities of the plain. He obeyed, he built, he endured, but he did not protest. Noah was, in a sense, a righteous man, but he remained silent. And this raises a profound question of what kind of righteousness does our world need? The kind that survives in isolation, or the kind that speaks up and challenges the world to change? The Torah describes the generation of the flood with chilling brevity. It says, the world was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence, in those words of Genesis we read. But the Hebrew word that we're reminded of most, that sticks out, is violence. In Hebrew it is Hamas, and it conveys not just a physical brutality, but systemic injustice, theft, exploitation, and deceit. Society had lost its moral character, and the flood was not just merely a punishment, it was a consequence. And when the foundations of justice collapse, when trust between human beings dissolve, the very structure of creation unravels. Chaos returns, and the waters that God once held back in Genesis, they overflow once again. In Jewish thought, this is not just ancient mythology, it is of moral physics. A world built on corruption cannot stand, and every act of cruelty adds one more drop to the rising floodwaters. Noah's Ark, then, is not just a wooden vessel, it is a symbol of resistance, a fragile pocket of order in a collapsing world. So imagine once again Noah building that ark. Day after day he labors under the sun with jeers of his neighbors. He follows divine instruction with precision, hammering, gathering food, tending to animals. And for decades he works on this project that few believe in. And in doing so, Noah is drowning in violence, and he embodies a spiritual practice that righteousness must build an ark, and every act of kindness, every word of truth, every gesture of compassion, these are the planks and beams of a modern ark. We build sanctuaries not only of wood and pitch, but of love, justice, and of community. Our homes, they can be arks. Our synagogues can be arks. Our schools and friendships can be arks, spaces where decency survives amid cynicism, where life is nurtured, where the world outside may forget its values. After the floodwaters recede, we read that God establishes a new covenant with Noah and all living creatures. And the sign of this covenant is a rainbow, a breathtaking arc of color bridging heaven and earth. The rainbow is not merely, though, a symbol of amid beauty and destruction, from destruction. It is a divine reminder of the restraint shown by God. God promises never to again destroy the world by flood, and the rainbow's curve, say the rabbis, it resembles a bow towards its target of a weapon of war transformed into a sign of peace. And this covenant universalized the most moral vision of the Torah. It precedes Sinai, and it encompasses all of humanity. We know of the Sheva Mitzvot B'nai Noach, that is the 7 Noahide laws. They are the set of foundation for a just society. And included within it are prohibitions against murder, theft, idolatry, sexual immorality, and cruelty against animals, and the obligation to establish just and fair court systems. These laws remind us that God's moral expectations extend beyond any one nation or faith, but all human beings are partners in the divine task of sustaining creation. We too live in a time when the world feels flooded not by literal waters, but by the waves of fear, of misinformation, and of moral confusion around us. Violence fills the headlines, corruption erodes trust, technology both connects and isolates, and the question that faces every generation reappears: and will we, like Noah, be quietly righteous within our own walls, or will we strive, like Abraham, to change the course of our own age? Perhaps the Torah invites us to do both, to build an ark that protects goodness and also plant rainbows that reach outward, forging connections of compassion and covenant. An ark without a rainbow is self-preservation without transformation. And a rainbow without an ark is idealism without foundation. Together they form a vision of faith in action, private virtue, and public responsibility bound together. And as the floodwaters of Noah's time subsided, God commanded to Noah, "Go and build an ark." Righteousness that remains enclosed is incomplete. We must emerge, step back into the world, and rebuild it anew. And that is the enduring message of Parshat Noah, that survival is not the goal, renewal is. Each of us are a builder. We build homes of peace, friendship, of trust, communities of faith. We build the words of kindness with acts of generosity, and we are called to be as Noah and also go beyond what is just righteous in our world, but also to build for future generations, to become a light amongst all the nations. And when the world feels like it is once again filled with violence, may we, like Noah, hear the divine whisper, "Make yourself an ark." When the storm passes, may we, like Noah, step out into the sunlight, lift our eyes to the rainbow, to a renewed world, to our covenant, and to heal and protect it in our fragile, sacred world. With those words, can ye hear us? So may it be God's will. Amen. Amen. We're going to now turn to the Misha Berak prayer. The Misha Berak prayer may be found in our Siddurim, and we'll be joining together in just a second. I need to include the names from our Misha Berak list. Sorry, wrong list. Misha Berak list is right here. Following names are on our Misha Berak list for today: Prima Riccio, Asher Ephraim, Kami Zabadik, Susie Sokol, Malka Sarah Barachel, Miriam Cohen, Evelyn Levy, Ira Roth, Bruce Doss, Esther Captain, Regina Pasternak, Sharon Wander, Courtney Zabadik, Jerry Garfinkel, Austin Volk. Are there any additional names for today? Yes.
Dolly and Roger Bloomfield.
Dolly and Roger Bloomfield.
The Hockenberry family.
The Hockenberry family.
Frankie Barr.
Frankie Barr.
Kel Davis. Kel Davis.
Cal Davis.
Kel.
Kel. Kel Davis.
Lori Hanson,
Lori Hanson.
Joyce Pine.
Joyce Pine. Yes.
Sharon Owens.
Sharon Owens. Any additional names? Okay. The words to the Misha Berak prayer may be found in our Sidurims. Misha Berak Avoteinu Mikor HaBrecha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berak Imotenu Mekor HaBrecha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah sholema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We now rise on page 49 for the Alema prayer. עלינו לשבח לדון הכל, לתת גידולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עצרנו כי תהיה הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם קלקנו ככם, וגורלנו כחכם עונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שעונתי שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומשה יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והושבת אליו אביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד. Page 50. We therefore hope in you, O eternal our God, soon to behold the splendor of your might. Then will false gods vanish from the earth, and the idols will be utterly cut off, to heal the world through the sovereignty of the Almighty. Then will all acclaim you as their God, and forsaking evil, turn to alone. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend, and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you, O eternal our God, let them humble themselves to your glorious name, let them give honor. Let all accept the yoke of your dominion, that you will open them soon and forever. For the dominion is yours, and you will rule in glory, as it is written, the eternal will reign forever and ever. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יחיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. We remain standing on page 52 as we turn to the mourner's cottage. In just a moment, I'll be reciting names from our Yahrzeit list, as well as members of our community who have recently passed. After the names have been read aloud, if you were observing a Yahrzeit or in the period of Shloshim for a loved one, please share with us the name of your loved one, so that we as one community may pray for the elevation of their neshama to Shemayim above. Today's Yahrzeit list includes the following names: Marjorie Belzer, Abraham Shackman, Harold Rosinowitz, Philip Axelrod, Lorraine Ginsburg, George Lewis, Diana Kasdan, Ronald Sheff, Ava Hauser, Jacob Solomon, Gabriel Appelman, Clara Appelman, Herbert Friedman, Max Jacobs, Linda Bloom, Mary Kaufman, Elizabeth Bodock, Mindy Mann, Irving Yelkelson, Dimitri Boyer, Clara Rothman, Rebecca Cabrera, Bill Wisnia. Recently passed from our community of the following names: Wendy Sanseveri, Ann Mushkol, Harry Roden, Sam Perlman, Gussie Blumenstock, Michael Berkowitz, Marcy Victor Banks, Christine Alana Scholar, Marissa Kofsky, Evelyn North, Betty Martin, Lenny Popper, Fred Mushkol, Jeffrey Milstein, Phil Garfinkel, Evelyn Schaff, Shoshana Elana Bachdevora, Eli Oster, Roy Smith, Faith Shauna Small, Elaine Ash Gordon, Ruth Topol. Are there any additional names anyone is observing a Yahrzeit for here today or in the period of Shloshim for?
April Dolch.
April Doge,
Marianne Malka,
Marianne Malka,
Judy Hemmer,
Judy Hammer,
Nora Montoya,
Nora Montoya,
and Philomena Cotillo.
Philomena Cotillo. Yes.
Joan Esposito.
Joan Esposito. All right. We're going to join together for the mourner's cottage found on page 52 of our Siddurim. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shamei rabba, ve'alma dibra hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, ve'chayechon v'yoynechon uv'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amein. Yahei shmei rabba mivorak le'olam olamei elnaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnasei, v'yitzadar v'yitzaleh v'yitzalal shemei v'kudshah v'rechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shma rabba min shamaya, v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'rama v'ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen. You may be seated. Max is going to go over our announcements for today. They're right over here.
Tomorrow, Torah study at 10 a.m., Shabbat service and Torah reading service start at 10:30, not 10:45, as we do when we're not reading Torah. The social action and wellness drive is still ongoing. They're collecting wellness-related items for JFS. The feminine hygiene products are in desperate need, toothpaste, toothbrushes, etc. Federation of Rabbis in Princeton area is now offering a Hebrew class open to members. You can register below, so I guess there's a link in the email. Book club happened already. The holiday popcorn fundraiser is ongoing. There are flyers in the lobby. If you didn't buy popcorn 2 years ago, you really missed the treat because it's a really good popcorn. It's like all different flavors, and it's a very generous fundraiser for the temple too. So, new member Shabbat is on November 7th, so hope to see everybody there. And Veteran Shabbat will be the following Friday on November 14th.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. All right, we're going to conclude our service on page 53 of our Siddurim's, page 53 with Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'et Nasa V'chevzo Kol Azay Melech Shemo Nigra B'yachat Rei Kilo Takol Levado Yimloch Nora V'hu Haya V'hu Hobeh V'hu Yiyah V'tifara V'hu Echad V'ein Sheni V'hamshilo L'hachbira V'li Reshit V'li Tachlit V'lo ha'oz v'hamizra V'hu Eli V'chaya Goali V'tzor Chevli V'yetzara V'hu Nisi Umanos Li Menat Kosi V'yom Ekra V'ya'ado Akid Ruchi V'yetishan V'a'ira V'im Ruchi Geviyati Adonai Li V'lo Ira. Good Shabbos, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. All right, we are going to break for the Kiddush now, and we're going to join together in just a moment. Shabbat Shalom.